What's going on, everybody? I got this voice in my head. Let's get this party started. This your boy, Dr. Will Rogers, a.k.a. Master Teacher 33. Today's Saturday, September the 17th of 2022, and the time is 2:45 Central. So we're going to jump right in, brothers and sisters. If it has to be done, guess what? It has to be done by you. So we want to break down fixed mindset versus the growth mindset. This is the difference, again, between bioplasmic manifestation. What we call rich and poor. So poor people think a certain way, and rich people think a certain way. Now, it's the difference between flies and bees. Flies, they like shiznits. Bees like honey. So it's design. One isn't better than the other. They're just different. And so to the degree that we're able to understand the differences between the frequencies, the waves and the vibration, now we're able to understand a fixed mindset versus the growth mindset when it comes to understanding how to get things done. A fixed mindset is a mental disposition that is fixed. A growth mindset is a mental disposition that is open. And to the degree that we're able to over, and understand the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset, then we're able to make a choice. We get to choose, like the scripture says, choose ye this day. So the fixed mindset, failure is limited by our abilities. In a growth mindset, failure is an opportunity for growth. And it's very interesting as we look at the two different types of mental disposition. In order to be successful in life, we have to be able to establish a growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. But we do got an option the same way flies and bees. So somebody who has this fixed mindset, they know that I can learn to do anything. That means that I'm going to say the sky's the limit because the mindset, again, is one on growth. So the growth mindset is totally different from the fixed mindset because the fixed mindset says, well, I'm stuck. I don't have any options. That's why I'm frustrated. So I'm going to give up. A fixed mindset is stuck. The growth mindset is not. They both are a choice. You get to choose. And especially if you are in business for yourself, we have to over and understand that the difference between these two is the difference between what we call success and failure. And as I've gone and as I go through life, I had to change my mindset from a fixed mindset, which means I had a fixed, it was in stone, mental disposition. And I noticed that my fixed mindset that was in stone, the things that I wanted was outside of that mindset. In other words, I wanted to drive a convertible Corvette. But unfortunately, convertible Corvettes was outside of my mindset when I had a fixed mindset. So I had to change my mindset. I had to change my bio energy field. And so my biological field is based upon my focus. You actually have to narrow your focus to expand your consciousness. But what are we narrowing our focus on? Well, as we talked about before, and as we preparing for the difference between success and failure, which is the difference between challenge and confirm. And we already know because we've been doing this, that inside of the human brain, there is the thalamus, the hypothalamus, lost massa intermediary bridge. That is a fancy way of saying whole brain thinking. Biologically, there is a bridge that is only built and is only contained based upon all of the research, especially from Harvard, Yale, 30% of humanity has the master intermediary, which I'll be breaking down on the 19th. This is biologically proven. Again, I got $100,000 if you can prove to me biologically, if I can prove to you biologically whether you are rich or poor. Because this bridge is only developed when someone has the mental capacity to do what the Bible says, which is called aletheia. So the Bible says that God himself will send you a strong delusion. That means that you are biologically dumbed down. As I will prove on the 19th, when we get into understanding the pineal gland and the iopolis, or what some people call the gate of God. In all of the ancient texts, there is a passage or a gate that opens, which the Bible calls prayer. Prayer is when the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and hypothalamus are all connected and synchronized in a double massa intermedia. intermedia. You go in and there's media. Right now there's media outside of the brain. There's a moving plane that the dominant culture that your reverend, your doctor, your bishop put in your brain. Well, you must replace that movie that's playing in your head by using and creating a vocal framework and a visual framework, which is your own specific subject, your own specific result, and your own specific process that you have developed based upon your own research and your own life experience. Not TD Jakes or Creflo Dollar, your mama or your daddy, your monkey or your squirrel. You research this shit yourself. You prove it to yourself and you establish a grade. This is biologically proven. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton, they all talk about epigenetics. How to override your genetics. You can literally change the genetic structure of the neurons in the brain. So you got 7 billion neurons taking orders from you. And you've got over 100 billion cells in the body, according to science. You could debate the number. But again, that's how you know you're a low vibrational activity. Low vibrational activity, they pick words that have nothing to do with the topic and they want to debate. They're not here to educate, to expand. Remember the definition, as we talked about, between rich people and poor people. When I was poor, I listened. I was a connoisseur of information that met and confirmed what I already believed. That's it. When I was poor, I only researched information that proved Jesus was Lord. Anybody that says, hey, his name can't be Jesus, dog, because Jay only been around for 500 years. Jesus has only been around for 2,000. We got documents that's 3,500 years before Jesus. That all the shit that's in your Bible is in the Bhagavad. It's in the ancient text that's found in caves in Qumran. There is a whole text called Emil Elish that talks about this fish god. How is it that all the shit that's in Egypt matches up identically what's in your Bible, yet they got different names? Moses' name and all of the people in the Bible existed prior to the Bible. So I ain't no rocket scientist. I'm just a country boy from Texas. But we got a conundrum. Poor people, aka Christians primarily, cannot accept shit that does not confirm their existing belief because of the reticular activating system. So if you do not understand the reticular activating system, this is biology, bro. This is basic motherfucking biology. It ain't got shit to do with reverend doctors and bishops. A third grader can research molecular structure of the human anatomy. Now, we go to school and we just learn bone parts and body parts. We don't know how they work. Well, I just like studying how shit just works. So wealthy people look for ideals that challenge their belief system. I only research shit that made me go, That's it. I already know what I believe, what I've researched. I need some proof, though. If maybe I'm the one that's confused. Maybe Jesus is Lord. Maybe I bumped my head and drank the purple Kool-Aid. So I'll research my belief system every day. Every morning I wake up and I try to find something that can get me back inside of Your church. Not you personally, of course, but 25 years I can't find shit. I'm still looking though. Every day I wake up, I'm trying to find something that can make me drop what I got and pick up what you got. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you slice it and dice it, I can't find nothing. And the crazy thing is, I can remember in my first marriage, and I keep telling these stories, brothers and sisters, because as I told everybody, if you can put, what's the secret to my success? I can put my knowledge into a vocal. I'm speaking. I put it, this is called an incantation, by the way. This is again, what the church calls witchcraft, yet everybody do it. Every movie I watched the new one on Netflix last night about Dracula. I like the original Dracula Untold. It's Lord Impeller is a real dude. You can Google this shit right now. But talk to a Christian. They say that shit's false. This is what I mean, man. Everything that's provable. Now, some people you should say, like Lord Impeller. Doc, that's just made up, dog. Well, why is the shit written in stone, homie? Why is it in every book? Vlad the Impeller. It's a real dude. Now, is it over-dramatized by Hollywood? Okay, I hear you that, Jack. But Lord Impeller, Vlad, V-L-A-D, research it. Poor people can't do that. Poor people, primarily Christians, cannot research or challenge their belief system. That's the definition of poverty. When I was poor, anything that challenged my existing belief, reject. So now, the same thing happens in business. I have, and I'm praying, and I don't pray. Because remember, my definition of prayer, because we looked it up. We did the show already. So now you know that prayer, what it really means, that your Reverend Dr. Bishop, they don't know. Prayer is mental acceptance of your desire or your design. That's prayer. Prayer means that you mentally accept only your design. Fuck everything else. That means you never have the thought. Remember we looked at the word cheerful giver. Remember? A couple of days ago we looked it up. I got $100 grand to the Negro that can prove me wrong. $100,000 if you can prove me wrong. So the Bible says God loves a cheerful giver. The word cheerful means full brain. Have your reverend, your doctor, your bishop, I got $100,000. I guarantee you, your reverend, your doctor, your bishop don't know what I just said. But he went to the cemetery and got his degree. This is what I mean. This is why most black people are poor. I just happen to be black. And I just happen to know a bunch of black people. And I just happen to know that them but don't listen to shit if it's not in their Bible. They have no idea that their Bible was written. It's like even the Islam dudes. No, but the Islam's mother, they don't know that Farrakhan's daddy's white. That don't mean shit. Unless you understand who Prescott Bush is. That doesn't mean shit either. Unless you understand who Norwest's daddy is. That don't mean shit either unless you understand Planned Parenthood and why they say they are only in the hood. I live on the white side of town. There's no Planned Parenthood over here. I go to the hood, there's about 5 of them. So you can argue with liquor stove. Why? I used to be one. That's why I talk mad shit. Nobody's going to challenge me because ain't nobody stupid. Now you got to ask yourself the $1 billion question. Why? Not what. I don't care what you believe. I just want to know why you believe it. Can somebody explain to me why you believe what you believe? Not what. Just please. Can you explain to me why you believe what you believe? Can you explain to me why you run your business the way you run your business and you do not auto-correct? You do not self-correct. You wait for the market to fall out, for your bank account to be zero, and then, man, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. There are people that will call me or text me and ask me for money. And when I ask them what are they doing, they're at home watching TV, eating a Popeye chicken sandwich, There are people who have called me and talked to me about a health issue. And I asked them, what are they doing? They said that they're praying and they believe in Jesus to come and drop 30 pounds off their weight. This is a true story. This is like today. This like happens all the time. There are people that I know that will tell me, that Jesus is going to heal them while they are eating Krispy Kreme donuts. Ain't elevated their heart rate in 10 years and wondering why they got high blood pressure or diabetes or sickle cell. Now, I'm not an educated man. I'm not a rocket scientist. I don't got no degree. Like my son got a degree from UT Austin. My daughter's got degrees from the University of North Texas. I'm just a country boy from Texas. Forest, Texas, to be exact. A 2-horse town. Shit, one stoplight when I was there, population was like 400. So, the shit doesn't make sense to me, man. Whether you believe in Jesus, I don't give a why do you believe in Jesus? Or whatever you believe. But you got a business today. Why are you doing anything else other than marketing? Because you ain't got a business if you ain't got no customers. Fuck the website. Fuck emailing people. That shit don't put money in your pocket, man. I did 10 videos today, 10 videos yesterday. I'm going to do 10 tomorrow. Why? Fucking marketing, man. You got one job. It has to be done by you. You can't delegate that. It's like you can't delegate your finances to Jesus when you, according to Harvard study, the brain stops looking for solutions whenever dopamine is released during a worship service. The worst thing that you could do to yourself is to go to a religious ceremony because you're tricking yourself into believing that your problem is solved when you ain't done shit. So you can go home and watch TV after going to church and feel until Monday when that bill comes due. So you tricking yourself. Now I know people have been doing this shit, but I remember I did it. I didn't read this shit in the book. I just go to church and get my whole check. My first wife would be like, what happened to the rent? Well, John Avanzini said that if you make a vow, Jesus don't have to. He has to give it to you tenfold. So I took the rent money and I gave it to the reverend, the doctor, and the bishop. And then rent came due, and our shit was on the corner, sitting out on the street. All my children's awards, all my first wife's high school memories got rained on because I was waiting for Jesus to do shit that I should have done for myself. That's why you don't want to talk to me about that. No, I don't want to disrespect you, bro. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I'm telling you, that shit doesn't work. Now, I know what you're saying because every once in a while they say shit. The clock strikes 12 o'clock twice a day. So you can get lucky. A fixed mindset is poverty. Because you can't put new wine in an old wineskin. I don't fix problems. I fix thinking. Because problems don't exist. Bad thinking does. So a growth mindset is a mindset that has the capacity to auto-correct, to self-correct. I don't need no teacher. The Bible says nobody needs a teacher. We are all teachers. I appreciate the fact that you guys take time out of your busy schedule to listen to me rant and rave because of my love for truth and my disdain for error. Because I watch my mom, I watch my grandmothers, I watch everybody in my family. And it's interesting, even on my birthday, I got contacted by my mother's brother. I haven't heard from him, seen him ever in life. Said, hey, this is your Uncle Frank. And I was like, kind of taken aback. Because first I was, how this nigga know my phone number? I ain't heard from him all my life. Now, let's keep it real though. I appreciate reaching out. But the thoughts in my brain go back to where the fuck were you at when I was a kid? That's what I'm thinking. My whole life. I got my own money now. So what are you saying, Doc? Well, I figured it the fuck out myself. How? Well, I challenged the information that I was receiving and I investigated on my own. So I did my own research. You see, brothers and sisters, you got to get out from behind the desk. You got to self-correct. The market has changed. I don't know if y'all, anybody, am I the only one that noticed the market's changed? The economy's changed, and it's going to continue to change. So if you keep doing the same thing, you're not going to get no results because the market is changing. So you got to change with the market. But if you got a fixed mindset, you can adjust to the market. So any statement that goes unchallenged becomes your belief. Damn. OMG. Now let me say this again because people are making statements to you like, this is why you can't go to the doctor and the doctor says, we ran some tests, Jim Bob, and based on the test, Jim Bob, your ass going to be dead in a week. If you don't challenge that statement, now you don't challenge the doctor, thank you, doc, I appreciate you. I'll see you back next week. The doctor said, no, your black ass going to be dead next week. It was a doc, thank you for your opinion, brother. And what do? You walk out, you say to yourself, the devil is a lie. You got to challenge any statement that you tell yourself, otherwise it will be believed and implemented by itself. This is poverty. So poverty is the thought that says, shit, I ain't got no money. If you don't challenge it says, the fuck I don't. Because what is money? Money is nothing but an ideal that is packaged in a framework or in a formula that solves other people's problems. Does anybody want to get paid? Is there anybody who want to get paid? Well, if you want to get paid, you got to do the same thing I do every day. I say the same thing in different ways until I find the correct verbiage. And then when I find that verbiage, all I know is people start texting me and they start emailing me and they were signing up for the program. So I say the same thing, but I got to find the correct. Remember, this is called incantation. So that means that you can provoke and invoke a particular response by putting your words in a particular order. That's your job. You got one job. Put your knowledge into a vocal and a visual framework. That means you got to talk it and you got to add some pictures. So if you can do a video, because all you can do, like I do in audio, then I add pictures to the audio later. So if you got a business and you're not creating a vocal and a visual frame that says, I can solve your problem, oh shit, you better go to the job, bro. Because guess what? People, they don't give a fuck about you. They just want to know. People are selfish. I'm selfish. All I want to know is what can you do for me today? Bro, you should say, Doc, I helped you out last week. Okay, that's cool. I'm talking today though, homie. What can you do for me today? So if you can't do nothing for me today, next, I'm a swipey. I'm going to look at your video. And if you got 3 seconds to say, 3 seconds, the first 3 words out of your mouth in every video is, I can solve your problem. The next 3 words is, this is the amount of time I'm going to solve your problem, the process. You tell me the subject, you tell me the process, and bam, tell me the result. Because if you can do that, oh shit, you got my attention now. I'm like, well, let me see what this dude is talking about. Because you challenge, you didn't confirm. Now, but if I'm poor, I'm going to click off the video. Why? I'm poor. If I'm poor, I want to stay poor. Flies like shit. Why? Flies are designed to eat shit. Me, I'm a bee. I like honey. So I structure my letters that create honey. Honey is function. Bees are the most efficient animals on the planet. They function. The bumblebee, by physics, can't fly. Yet the bumblebee flies every day. How? Well, nobody told the bumblebee And more importantly, the bumblebee ain't listening. You should be a bumblebee. What does that mean? You go to the doctor says you're going to die in a week. You say, thank you, doc, appreciate you. And then you go write your own script. And you live for what? Another 100 years. Why? You are the author and the finisher of your own faith. It is done unto you as you believe. That's prayer. Prayer is mental acceptance of your desire. So I don't accept your definition of me. You may say, all short black men can only make $100,000. Well, that's your opinion. Thank you. Appreciate you. But I got my own opinion of myself. So I'm going to manifest my destiny, not yours. So that's what leaders do. That's what you got to do. That's your job. Your job is to get out from behind the desk, take full responsibility for marketing over sales, marketing over sending out videos, marketing over website design, marketing over fixing dinner, marketing over going to the movies with your man or with your wound man. Marketing over, this is a tough one, going to little Susie and little Johnny's, whatever they got going on. See, the problem is we put people before purpose. We put penis before purpose. We put poo nanny before purpose. So you got one issue. Everybody got the same problem. Either they don't know purpose, or they don't know self. Because where purpose is not known, abuse of self is inevitable. So my job is to help you identify the self, as we already talked about, and help you get crystal clear clarity of your purpose. So that's what we're doing on the 19th. Because right now, for some reason or other, you don't have 100% self-acceptance. The biggest issue that me too, I'm in the same boat. I'll just accept more of my flaws than most people. But until you get to the point where you have 100% self-acceptance of yourself, that just simply means that if it is to be, it is up to me. So you don't leave your life and the quality of your life up to Jesus. You like Jesus. You appreciate Jesus. But you're not going to take your power and give it to Jesus when Jesus took his power and gave it to you. Could you think about that for a moment? Jesus said the things that I have done, you should do. Jesus didn't say worship me. He said do what I do. Jesus was a doer. You should be a doer too. Jesus says when you see me, you see the Father. Me and the Father are one. That means that you should know thyself. That means you should know your customer. That means you should know your design. If you do those three things, I guarantee you'll shine. Because what is the conundrum? There is no bioplasmic energy field around you. So when you speak, you don't speak like Jesus. Remember when Jesus spoke, everybody stopped there. Hold up. Ain't that the carpenter's son? Where the fuck he get knowledge from? They probably used to whoop Jesus' ass when he was little. He went away, came back, and all of a sudden he was there. He got all this dunamis power. So everybody was like, this fool went from a fixed mindset to a growth one. Again, as an example. So the question is, what did he do? Well, a fixed mindset avoids challenges. A growth mindset embraces challenges. A fixed mindset says, man, this shit is hard. A growth mindset says, I'm going to figure it the fuck out. A fixed mindset expects reward without effort. They got an unrealistic expectation. I know nobody in the hood that does not have an unrealistic expectation. I know nobody that's not broke who do not believe somebody owed them something. Because even me, when I was broke, I believe Jesus was going to do it. I believe it was the white man's fault. Oh man, remember my story? I tell you guys, when I grew up as a kid, it was Sister X's fault. She used to make us fast and used to beat the shit out of us. It was her fault. Then it was my biological father because, he never said he loved me, so, it was his fault. Well, shit, all them fools are dead and gone now. So who else I'm going to blame? Remember my first marriage, the reason I left? Well, let's say, damn, I had all these kids. If I get rid of the kids, I'm going to blow up. I left the kids, poor as hell. Well, it's the wife's fault. Got rid of the wife, shit, things got worse. No matter what I got rid of, the problem still was there. Because the problem was me. Problem wasn't Jesus, wasn't religion, wasn't the wife, wasn't the kids. The problem is I had some fucked up thinking. And I tell people this and people be like, I like my thinking, Doc. Okay, so what if you think you should be a millionaire right now? You got $1 million in the bank. If not, you're thinking fucked up. Are you in divine health right now? If not, you're thinking it's fucked up. I mean, let's just keep it real. Can we keep it real? Can we be honest? Everybody got room for improvement in the area of how they think. Not what you think. How? How do you think? What is thinking? Thinking is a process of self-correction. It's a process of analyzing yourself. It's a process of asking yourself, hey, where did I get that belief from? If you exercise, why do you exercise? What is the ideal of it? What is exercise? What does it do? What's the purpose of exercise? Some people get up in the morning and jump on the treadmill because I'm bored and ain't got shit to do. There's a reason. Because exercise is exorcism. So I've done the research already though. I know how I feel when I don't exercise and how I feel when I do. And I know if I don't exercise more than everybody else, it's not about, I ain't trying to lose weight. I mean, I appreciate the weight loss. Assalamu alaikum, salaikum salam. However, that ain't why I exercise. I exercise because I got some issues. I got anger management issues. If I don't exercise, I want to put my hands on somebody's throat and watch their life leave their body. So to deal with that, I just release because I got too much energy. So even though I do 10 videos, write 3 books, do one-on-ones, got freaking 25 websites, cut the grass, wash the car, sleep 4 hours a day, I still got too much energy. If I don't, I have a woman in every state. I'll probably be, y'all probably see my black ass on CNN. So instead of using all my energy negatively, I use my energy, my inter-G, my inter-T. I use all my entities. I got a bunch of them. Y'all watch the movie Split? Oh, that was a movie about me. So there's at least about 21 of us up in here. So all of us, we got to work together. So when all of us work together, oh shit, we some bad mother bees. But when all of us fighting for the light, then that's when, I have issues. So what I learned over the years is how to get all of us to work together. Poor people can't do that. That's what I keep telling everybody. I hope to God that you got mental problems. If you don't, I feel sorry for you. If you ain't got no mental problems, then you got to work a lot harder than I do. The more mentally fucked up you are, the more equipped you are. Because remember, yesterday's demons are today's mental health. So the demons, they became what we call psychology. So modern day psychology is yesterday's demonology. Somebody should write that down. It just don't save your life. Modern day psychology is yesterday's demonology. I'm trying to help you. I know you don't want to be helped, but I want to help you anyway because I like you, even though you don't like yourself. Modern day psychology is yesterday's demonology. Again, I know you're like, fuck you, Doc. I ain't sign up for this shit, brother. That's the demon talking. I know, I feel your pain, dog. I ain't mad at you. Modern day psychology is yesterday's demonology. I got to say it again because I don't know if you heard what I just said. Remember, what we're talking about, fixed mindset versus the growth mindset. So I got to grow. Now remember, I used to have I didn't have access to the gate of God. I didn't have the Massa Intermedia, which if you Google it, it's a bridge between the brain. It's a little bridge, it's a little piece of muscle tissue that is only developed when the pineal gland and the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus work together to create whole brain thinking. I broke that down to the 19th. Some folks, they say only one and some crazy number have what they call a double Massa, M-A-S-S-A, intermedia, I-N-T-E-R-M-E-D-I-A. Google it. It'll fuck your brain up though, but you might want to check it out. Now, I'm going to break all this shit down on the 19th, the biology of a fixed and the biology of a growth. So all people that are poor, they don't have access to God. So they don't hear what I hear. The little voice in my head that they call schizophrenia, those are all my ancestors and all my elders talking to me. Now, they call that a mental problem. They give your ass medication, so that fucks you up. So you can't hear from God. Now, we do this to our children, too. But we don't know because, hey, we listen to the dominant culture. So let me see what I'm saying. The gate, I broke this down on the 19th, but I got to give you a little something. So the pineal gland is the seed. They used to call it the philosopher's stone. It's the seed sauce. It's the seed stone. It's inside of the pineal gland. That's why the serpent grail, the shiny ones, the Vatican, all city-states, Washington, D.C., London, they are built. All architecture is built where the skull divides their lives, the gate of God. The cosmic ley line that activates the crystals, which is the magnetite in the blood. Remember, I've been saying this for 20 years. This is what I did. But I did it in accident. I didn't even know. So there's a book called The Shiny Ones that breaks down the legend of the Grail. The Holy Grail is a fucking brain. It's you. But you, that nigga out looking for cups and shit. It's the fucking brain. But don't talk about it. So you should say, well, that sounds good, but how do we activate it? Well, remember, information is free. Implementation is not. Thank you. I'll let you boy. So we've got the class starting on the 19th. You might want to join. $249 for non-members, $199 for members. Why? You are a biological device. What does that mean? In the Old Testament, the priest had a breastplate. It's called the breastplate of righteousness. It had 9 amulets. Y'all call those that stones. That's crystals on their breastplate. Take out your cell phone. The cell phone is a black mirror. When you look at your cell phone, look at your cell phone when it's off. Can you see yourself? I'm looking at my cell phone right now, and it's off. Do you know what that is? That's a black mirror. What's a black mirror? That's scouring. Look it up. Look at Google John D. You got that shit in your pocket. You walking around with a witchcraft device in your fucking pocket right now, or in your purse. Your little children is running around, little Johnny, little Susie are walking around and they're scouring right now. And you wonder why they go to school and they get in trouble. Or they are connected to God. With all the other kids is acting the fuck up, your little kid, he's just chilling. He's cool, he's calm and collected. Because he's one with the big chick. His pineal gland, his pituitary gland, and his hypothalamus are all activated. Those are called indigo kids. The new kids that are being born now, they're born with all 12 strands of their DNA already activated. This is the genetic and the molecular mechanisms of symbioticism. That's not a word, I just made it up. That means that there are kids walking around right now that's already connected with God. They don't have to do the shadow work. They already have the O-R-M-E consciousness. We're going to break this down on 19. I remember this is going to fuck your brain up just a little bit, but this is the biological system that activates nerve growth that creates what is called bioplasmic plasma, activation or activated energy. It creates a biological process where single electron tunneling, quantum tunneling, takes place. This is called superconductivity. This was done in a study way back in the day. And it breaks down the coherence of the electrical magnetic process of the biological dynamics. It's called biological sensitivity. It's called superconducting. And if you are melanated, it's superconducting because the melanin is already the most superconductive material. So you don't have to take ORMUS. Then we broke that down already. That's the white powder gold. That's the stuff that was inside of the movie Limitless. So the dominant culture got to fit that because they don't have melanin or melanocytes that processes the energy that's been received in the ghost particles called neutrinos that's been released by not our sun, but the sun that comes from Polaris, which is a star system way out there somewhere that causes microtubulars to collapse. That creates what is called quantum tunneling. This is called collapsed conscious selection. So little Johnny and little Susie, they're going through a sequence of decisions that makes up the consciousness of the nucleus inside of the cells that allows the cells to interact with each other, that they have whole brain thinking, meaning that they're all on one accord. Remember, God loves a cheerful giver. The word cheerful means full brain. What does that mean? Brain immersed in purpose. What does that mean? That you are in line with your God-given design. What does that mean? That means that you know your fucking numbers. Why? Numbers are not numbers. Numbers are fucking sigils. Well, it says sigil. A sigil is the resonant connection that controls the DNA. It is a cosmic connection between you and source code. The big one. Not the little demon that's running around here. This is called morphogenetic field intermingling. That's a fancy way of saying biological photons and biological phonons. Okay, Doc, I need that in English. Well, in English, this means it has to be done by you. You cannot delegate your own purpose, which is your specific subject that you hear. The specific process that you hear that brings about the specific result. Only you can do that. You cannot delegate your marketing to some other. You got to do it yourself. But we got folk who watch TV all day and eat fried chicken sandwiches and believe Jesus is going to come out of the sky and do it for them. Or Buddha, or Muhammad. Or they reverend back to their bishop, their mama, their monkey, their rabbit, and their squirrel. Now, whatever your belief system is, I don't give up. Why did you believe what you believe? So we got to challenge, because everybody is looking for a confirmation. What does that mean in English? Well, that means that, number one, you're avoiding challenges. Number two, it's just too hard for me, Doc. Number three, you are expecting a reward without effort. Number four, the biggest one, you are ignoring the feedback loop that you're in. You keep repeating the same shit every month, and you just say, fuck it, Doc. I'm going to turn my back on it. I'm going to hope. I'm going to wish that some shit going to pop out of the sky. Jesus is going to do it for me. Number five, you are threatened by the success of others. What does that mean? That means that you just piss the fuck off all the time. Why? People are living a dream, and you're not. How come you're not living a dream? What one man can do, all men can do. If Elon Musk can become a billionaire, you can too. You just got to do. You just got to be willing to do it what? Your way, not Elon Musk's way. That simply means you got to put your knowledge into a product, service, information That's all you got to do. But how come you don't put your knowledge into a product, service, information? You want somebody else to do it. Why? Lack of self-acceptance. What does that mean, though, Doc? You really honestly can't see your worth and value. How come? Well, you went to Ebenezer Baptist. They told you you're a fucking sinner. And you can only be saved by grace. So you waiting for grace. Religion is the greatest con job on the planet. The greatest. Why? Even people that are successful religiously, they stress the fuck out. Talk to them. They tired. They got to take sabbaticals. Why? It's hard as fuck to be successful when you got to work. I don't work. My bioenergy field, I manage it, and then it manifests my dreams. What does that mean? I wake up every day, and I got mental acceptance of the self. What does that mean? Every day, I fight to auto-correct my own thinking. Because the guy that was abused as a kid is still here. The kid that lost his mother at 12 is still here. The guy that watched his mom get beat, and he couldn't do shit about it is still here. The guy that got beat couldn't do nothing about it is still here. The guy that wanted to kill at 13 had murder in my heart. The woman who killed my mama, that dude, he's still here. I got to figure out, how do I manage that rage? What happens if I can't manage my rage? My black ass would have already been dead, or already in prison, long time ago. So I'm a rage manager. That's all I do. I manage my emotions. You got the same job, though. That's why I teach what I teach. I got the life management. What is life? Zoe, Zoe, what is that? Energy. It's the animating principle of the body. So that's why I exercise 2, 3, 4 times a day sometimes. Depending on how fucked up and how angry I am, that determines how many times I got to exercise. Otherwise, I'm going to put my hands on somebody's throat. Otherwise, I'm going to do like I used to. I'm just going to drive to the worst part of town, park my car next to some other nigga and just mean muggy, and just hope that he walk over there. So I can put a bullet in his head or he can put a bullet in mine. I lived my whole life with a death wish. That's my first wife. She wrote the shit down. She'll tell you. Everything I did, I wanted. I couldn't kill myself, though, because I believe suicide means you go straight to hell. That's the only reason I'm still alive. So I tried to kill myself a few times. Why are you telling us that, Doc? Can you communicate and articulate your story to yourself? Fuck no. Why not? You don't like yourself. How come? You believe you got flaws. Well, why? Well, if you did like me, you probably went to somebody and talked to them and said, yeah, you got, dissociative identity disorder. You got arrested development disorder. You got schizophrenia. You got bipolar 5. That's what they told me. I went to the University Health Science Center. They said, nigga, you got bipolar 5. I said, shit, ain't there only 4? They said, yeah, you're a special case. In fact, we're going to pay you $5 grand to stay here. So I used to go to a place called Farm Co. They used to do studies. I would go in there and get paid $5 grand to stay for 30 days. And I became a lab rat. Some folks didn't even leave. You had to sign a death disclaimer because they were doing experimental drugs on you. Why did I go? I had a death wish. So you didn't fit to live until you fit to die. Now you should ask yourself, well, Doc, that all sounds good, brother. What the fuck does that got to do with fixed mindsets and growth mindsets? Why do you think your mindset is fixed on poverty? Have you ever asked yourself why you are yourself? Have you ever sit down and look yourself in the mirror and say, why do I dress like this? Why do I comb my hair like this? Did you have second sight? Oh, you don't? Damn. So second sight is called psychic vision. Second sight is called a doorway to enlightenment. Second sight is like women's intuition. It's like your sixth sense. It's your sixth chakra vortex. As I mentioned yesterday, it's called angina, A-G-N-A, in the ancient text. A-G-N-A. So A-G-N-A, third eye, It's the pituitary gland in some cultures. But really, it's the brain's architecture. It's the architecture of the bregma, B-R-E-G-M-A. It's the bridge. So remember, most people, only 30% of beings on the planet have a bindu, B-I-N-D-U. So I spent 20 years of my life studying myself. Why do I want to hurt other people? Why do I treat the people that love me like garbage? Why am I so angry? Why do I want to hurt, harm, and defraud people? And I'm a 6. Why do I hate the fact that I want to be nice? So I have to work hard at not being nice. Because I was threatened by the success of others. Why was your success a threat? Your success exposed my weaknesses. See, unsuccessful people have a problem hanging out with people like me, like I did. That's why I hang out with unsuccessful people. I like dark people because it fucks up their darkness because of my life. So, growth mindset embraces challenges. So, every day I wake up, I look for what everybody else runs from. So most people are afraid. Not afraid, they're tired. Because they're doing this shit in their own energy. As I've been saying for 20 years, wealthy people use information to build wealth. Poor people use information to confirm poverty. Let me say that again, real slow. I'm talking. What I'm saying, if you're poor, confirms you saying, yes, doc, yes, I agree with you. This is why I'm poor. Thank you. And you're going to go home, get your Popeye chicken sandwich, watch TV. Why? I just confirmed your poverty. So poor people, they see the glass, it's half empty, doc. I'm looking at the glass, doc. Shit, it's half empty. Rich people would look at the exact same glass, and we happy as fuck. Glass is half full. Glass is half full, man. I'm about to blow the fuck up. I'm going to get you paid. Now it's the same glass. How come you can't see that? Do you know that beliefs are programs that you created and then they create you? This is why if you do not challenge, as I said before, your own belief with the information that I'm sharing, you will always seek to avoid challenges. Everything is too hard. You expect a reward when you ain't done shit. You are ignoring the elephant in the room. Now you see the elephant, you even talk about it. Ignoring means you don't get the fuck off the sofa and do something about it yourself. You literally believe it has to be done by somebody else. If you are a business owner, if I had that mindset as a business owner, damn, I'd be in deep kimchi right now. Since every day I wake up, I self-correct. I don't wait for the bottom to fall out to correct. In other words, I'm always adjusting while I'm on top of the mountain. Before, I never adjusted until I started to come down off the mountain. Most people, when they have money in the bank, they're happy and they spending money, they're living the dream. They're not doing anything to keep the money. So I can't be the primary player in your life. That's your job. Now, you should ask yourself the $1 billion question that I ask people every day when I'm asking. Remember, I'm a 6, so I talk in circles. A lot of people are direct. They don't talk in circles. Everybody's different. So when we talk about over and understanding modern day theology, we can even use that term, but it's really psychology. It's yesterday's demonology. So the demons are mainstream now. Now remember, the word demon is not a bad or a negative word unless you are a Cretan. We call those Christians. A Cretan, according to Titus 3, when we're breaking down and we're exposing a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. A growth mindset sees opportunities inside of problems. So the growth mindset, their desire is fulfilled. Now, I need you to hear me because this is the smoking gun. And the reason why I love is because I had to figure this out on my own. Once I figured it out, because I'm a 6, excuse me, I started sharing it with everybody. But then I started getting pushback. Why was I getting pushback? Well, as I said before, poor people are threatened. What does threatened mean? Exposed. What does exposed mean? Shine the light on. So if you're sleeping and I come in there with a really bright light and I shine that bright light on you while you are asleep, you are going to be angry with me. Excuse me. Why are you going to be angry with me? Because you are asleep. Poor people are asleep. Because I used to be poor. The Bible calls that ignorance. Ignorance means you are just ignoring facts. It's not like you're dumb. Because remember, nobody's dumb. The word demon means disposition. That's all. Now, I want to ask you a $1 billion question. Is it better to be able to see one color or multiple colors? Is it better to paint a picture with one color on this dimension now? Because we live in 3D, which is a whole other problem because poor people don't live in reality. Remember, poverty by definition means the absence of color, the absence of a thing. Poverty is not a thing. Poverty is not a person, place, or thing. Poverty is not a noun. Poverty is the absence of a noun. So that's a whole nother level, no devil. So the problem that we have is, by definition, if you're poor, if you're sick, if you're in a bad relationship, if you are ignoring facts, what we call ignorant, that just simply means that you just turned your back on something. It's there. It's there. Your money's there. Your health is there. But you looking somewhere else. Why would you do that? Well, T.D. Jakes said, look over here. So you're paying attention to someone else more than you're paying attention to yourself. That's poverty. So remember, poverty is the absence of a thing. The thing exists, but you choose not to pick it up. You choose not to look. What the question though is why. It's not what. We know what poverty is, but why? Why? Well, for me, I believed I did not deserve to be happy. Because I was raised in an environment that says poverty was next to godliness. It was mild though. It wasn't verbal. It's just that everybody I knew was broke. But my grandmother went to church all her life. Shit, 80 plus years. My grandfather, he was 80 plus years, broke as hell. Not broke from monetary perspective, broke from problem solving perspective. If a problem came up, they had to call the reverend, the doctor, the bishop. They had to call the doctor. They had to call somebody. They couldn't just come home, eat some green leafy vegetables, put some lime in their water, go outside and get some sun and heal themselves. They needed a doctor. They couldn't be the doctor. They needed a doctor. That's poverty. Poverty is the inability to solve problems for themselves. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with money. Money is just one of the issues that is exposed by lack of the ability to see that all problems are really opportunities in disguise. But what causes that, though, Doc? What is the success blockers? Self-acceptance. But what does that mean, though, Doc? Because everybody says that, man. So what is self-acceptance, really? When I say love yourself, remember we talked about? So when you love yourself, you would put things that benefit yourself in order or priority. So remember I said at the beginning of the show, if you're a business owner, priority is not the website. Priority is not sending out emails. Priority is not the logo. What is the number one priority if you are in business? Customers. Connecting with customers or clients. How do you connect with people? People like people who are like them. So the way that you connect with people is say that you connect with yourself. But how come you don't connect with yourself? You really honestly believe, like I did, something's wrong with yourself. I really believe that, damn, I had some mental problems. Because I was told that I didn't understand that I had mental gifts. Because they told me it was problems. So the dominant culture, they tell you that your gift is your flaw. Now, remember, especially if you're black, why would I tell you how to get out of prison when I put your ass in prison? What, I look like I'm slow? So the dominant culture is not going to tell you there's a dominant culture. You think they're going to give you your culture? And then you're going to dominate? Then that means they would no longer be the dominant culture. You would be the dominant culture, black man, black woman. So of course, they're not going to put your culture inside of their history books. That would not be smart. So that means you got to go out. You think they're going to give you a God that's going to help you, black man? No. Are you serious? Who wrote the Bible, man? Anybody look at look at the people that got the Council of Nicaea. Just Google Council of Nicaea. These were Romans. The name Africa was given to us by a Roman general named Africanus. Your fucking name was given to you by a white man. Your whole culture was developed by people who don't give up. And you're wondering why you're struggling. So, but you can't tell that to a Christian or the average black man or black woman. This is deep, man. This ain't no just, oh, I'm just going to, get, work on my credit and damn, I'm going to blow up. No, bro, you got some shadow work to do. Somebody put some shit in your head that makes you hate yourself. Now, when I say melanin, I'm talking about Puerto Ricans. I'm talking about Spanish. I don't know anybody got any melanin. Now, everybody got melanin, but I'm talking about people who got melanocytes that process melanin as a superconductor, meaning melon, like watermelons, that's your gas. Magnesium activates the magnetites inside of the blood, not iron. I love my boy Dr. Sadie, but he missed the boat on that one. And that's what everybody else, you need H3O, black man. You need H3. H2 ain't gonna do shit for you. You drink all the fucking water you want, you still dehydrated. You better find some fruit and put that shit in your mouth. You better eat some green leafy vegetables or you are dehydrated. And you are going to age. So I age in reverse. Because I was born tonight. I just wasn't born last night. Now you should be saying something. Well, Doc, I thought you were talking about fixed mindset is all of those beliefs. That's what we're talking about today. So I have a growth mindset. What do? I wake up every day and I challenge myself. Doc, why do you do that, sir? And then I research and see if there's any benefit into me believing what I believe. If there's no benefit, I start believing it. Now, I can't find no, do you know any other black person to do that? So if you sleep in every day, you should ask yourself, why the fuck you sleep till 12? If you cannot tell me a financial benefit for you sleeping till 12, sleep the fuck up at 8. Change it. Or sleep in later. Just don't keep doing shit that don't work. You should be able to, everybody should be able to tell me that from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, this is what I do. And I should just see money, 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 money. Unless you fucking hate money. Why you hate money? Because you hate yourself. Because money is the self. What is money? Money is a medium of exchange. What is the self? The self is a medium of exchange. What does that mean? You are not physical. So I need something that's a medium of exchange between your invisible self and your physical self. It's called a soul. That's money. Money is your mind, your will, your emotion, your imagination. So you can you hate your own mind, your own will, your own imagination, your own intellect, and your own self, and you wonder what the fuck you broke. Not you personally, of course, but you know, this shit is not rocket science unless you've been listening to TD, J. Creflo Dollar, or some other religious mother. So everybody, damn near that I know, hate themselves. Why? They never stop and ask the $1 billion question. Why the fuck I'm drinking water? Why do I eat meat? You're a vegetarian. I did the vegetarian thing. I had a veggie high the whole time. Y'all know what the veggie high is? When I was a vegetarian, I felt off. I felt aloof. I felt spacey. You should ask yourself why. Google vegan high. If you didn't know what it is. You got pans in your house and they got black shit on them, you should Google Teflon flu so you can understand why you feel the way you feel. So in other words, everything I do, I've already researched. I understand how bad it is and how good it is. You should too. Because then what that means? Self-love. People ignore shit they don't like. So when you ignore yourself, do you know a Christian that don't ignore themselves? I just look for one. Does anybody on this call know a Christian or a black person that loves themselves? Do anybody on this call know a black person that loves themselves? Now you probably saying like I used to say shit. I love myself, Doc. The fuck you do? Why? If your child called you right now, you're going to fuck me. It's all about my kids. Why? You love your kids more than you love yourself. Why? What are you going to say the same thing I did? My kids not asked to be here, brother. Praise Jesus. This is my job. Fuck it is. These kids belong to God, dog. How do you think they got here? Where does your sperm come from? Men? Where does your eggs come from? Women? Did you create the human body? I don't think so. Can you create a tree? Can you just think, bam, tree pops up? Nah. Your children, you are here to manage. That's what you call a parent. Parent means parrot. Parrot means parent. P-A-I-R, because it takes a pair, R-E-N-T. Don't fucking belong to you. They belong to God. So stop trying to act like you God. Because you're not the, you're a. So get in your lane, because remember, what is the problem on earth? Lack of alignment with assignment. I know my limits. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. So you will not see me on the internet talking about fixing cars. You will not see me on the internet, I know, giving advice on substance abuse. You will not see me giving advice and becoming a rape counselor. Because I don't know blank about none of those topics. But you will see me talking about an ignorant mother who's a religious fucking zealot. Why? I'm retired. You will see me talking about niggas with no purpose. Why? I spent 40 fucking years walking around on this planet, not knowing why I was here. You do not want to debate me about purpose, bro. You will get spoiled. Just like I'm not going to debate you about your area of expertise. See, where does my confidence come from? There's not a motherfucker on the planet that can carry my shoes in my area of expertise. You got one issue. Don't know who the fuck you are. Because if you did, you'd be talking to like Jesus. Because Jesus left, found himself, and he came back. And all of a sudden, everybody was like, oh, snap. Who the is this? Because they kept saying, hey, hold up, time out. Isn't that the carpenter's son? All throughout the Hills, Biblos, everyone, even the demons said, how that, when the demons are dispositions, so every disposition on earth, they knew him afar off. They saw him coming and said, oh, shit. And they started saying, Jesus, come on, but why are you coming to torture us? Why was Jesus' disposition torturous to everybody else? And then they said, Jesus, please bid us that we go into these pigs. Because they didn't want to leave this frequency. Because pigs are the closest to humans, not monkeys. Another study for another time. So Jesus said, okay, get the fuck out of that body, dog. Go over there, hang out with the pigs. Hang out with the flock. Why? He was a superior disposition. What gave Jesus a superior disposition? He knew the fuck who he was. He was not trying to be Peter, Paul. You know, everybody wrote books about Jesus. He didn't write books about himself. Even though he did, but they didn't publish them. Why not? So unfortunately, you doing, as a leader, if you got a business, you know what you're doing wrong? I already know what you're doing wrong. You got a business that ain't got shit to do with your story, so you cannot experience God's glory. Oh, you posted up, shining and grinding, cheesing, but you're not going to talk about yourself. Why? You're going to get exposed. Why? Fucking fraud. Niggas like me can figure you out. I see through that smoke and mirrors, bro. Now you got everybody else fooled. You calling everybody, not you personally, of course, but other people. Oh, you got a clever marketing campaign. You got to get it. You got shit. I used to have one too, bro. I ain't mad at you. But eventually, in this market, people ain't gonna pay you unless you got a story that contains God's glory, which is how you figured out to get out of that foxhole that you were in. The devil had his foot on your neck. How the fuck you still here? I mean, I'm asking for a friend because you, like me, are a god and a goddess. Everybody, there's no way you can listen to me. You cannot listen to me. The way I be ranting and raving, the only way you can listen to me is because you know deep down inside, you are not expressing your God-given destiny. You know that there's still a block. There's still a chink in your armor. And that block or that chink in your armor is a fixed mindset. You are still fixed. You're still focused on the problem. Your brain is not immersed in the solution. That is the only problem that exists on the planet. Everybody I talk to, they tell me about their problems. 90%. Not none of you high vibrational like Cubans, of course. Everybody else. Why do you talk to me about your problems? Because it's a problem, Doc. So you're not able to see that it's a product. God keeps giving you the same problem because that is your product. So all my mental problems became my physical products. And since I had a lot of mental problems, that's why I got a lot of physical meaning audio and visual So I took my problems and I vocalized them and I visualized them in a frame, and I'm giving it to you. On the 19th, I'm going to give you another frame. I'm just packaging my problems in a vocal. I'm putting my words in a specific order that provokes. It doesn't ask, it provokes a particular response. So when you over and understand the word provoke, it doesn't act. It's an invocation. It's like an invitation. It's an invitation to invocation. You go in and find your vocation. Your vocation is your job. Your vocation puts you in a permanent vacation. So I'm on permanent vacation. As I wake up every day, happy, smiling, living a dream, regardless of how much money is in my bank account. Because I have a system, a frame, a process in place that's based upon my vocalization that creates visualization that results in manifestation. So long as I continue the same vocalization. So if you have a vocalization, that means you are vocalizing the problem, which means you are visualizing the problem, which means you are manifesting the problem. So I never vocalize a problem, ever. Only time I vocalize problems is in teaching. I never walk around and say to myself or anyone else, hey, I got ABC disease. Even if I went to the doctor and the doctor said, doctor, you got ABC disease. Who the fuck are you? I don't respect your opinion. I don't respect my own. So I write my script. So the only vocalizations that my cells respond to is me, myself, and I. Everybody else, we consider. Like the Bible says, we're supposed to consider. It just says shit about change. So I consider, what you got to say, right? Okay, go ahead, start talking. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, yeah, that's okay. You finished? Okay, cool. Thank you. And then I go and implement me, myself, and I. Unless you actually say something that challenges my, what? Growth. So in conclusion, please stop listening for information that confirms your poverty and instead become a connoisseur of information and ideals that challenge your existing belief system. So I'm an individual expression of God on earth. I'm looking for any information that challenges my divinity. So far to date, I have not found a monkey, a squirrel, a rabbit, a reverend, a doctor, a bishop, a Harvard educated, or some Negro from some historically black college that can come and give me some information that allows me to build wealth, health, wisdom, and great relationships better or faster than I'm doing right now. So the key to changing life is learning how to change by challenging instead of confirming. So no, I don't need nobody to come and put up beside me and go smoke up my butt. Say, yeah, dog, shit, it's hard out here for a pimp, bro. The white man, he got his foot on the neck, brother. And so, yeah, you should, this is what happening to most black folks. You justified to be angry. You justified, man, you know what? It's not your fault that, you fell on hard times. Shit, look at the economy, brother. Well, I must say on hard times. You see, Bezos, shit, his wealth tripled. What the fuck he doing? So if Bezos' wealth can triple, why the fuck mine can't? So no, I don't want your pity. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm going to go figure it the fuck out. I'm going to go ahead. What's what Bezos doing? How the hell some people's wealth is tripling? During a recession, there's more millionaires made than any other time in history. So right now, recession, that means I should be making more money. So I'm telling my brain, step your game up, brain. Figure out how we make more money. Why? We like living nice, driving nice cars, eating nice food, and helping other folk. How do we continue to do that, brain? You know what my brain tells me? It has to be done by you, Doc. I say, brain, what the fuck you mean? You got to self-correct yourself. Don't wait nor look for someone to pull alongside you and say, hey, Doc, we just want to help you out because we like you. Because that may not happen. So I ask my brain, what should we do? Well, my brain say, any statement that goes unchallenged becomes your reality. I say, brain, break that down for me, dog. I don't know what you mean. He said, well, you know those thoughts that you have that say, well, you know what? It's okay if I make less money. That thought, you didn't change it. That's why you're making less money. Sometimes my brain is but I'm so hyper vigilant about what you say and what you post on my page. I'm so aggressive towards other people. The whole time, it's my own self that's sticking me in the back. My own stinking thinking. Because I don't examine the thoughts that I say to myself. But if you say something to me, what's hey, dog, what you say, dog? You got a fucking problem? Shit, you can where you want to meet up, homie? Oh yeah, I'm ready to pounce on you. The whole time, it's me. Poverty means you're not challenging, you're not managing, you're not bringing your own thoughts. Like it says in the Bible, bring all of your thoughts into your own awareness. You're supposed to examine your own thinking. So it's your own thoughts that you are not challenging. A thought that goes unchallenged to become a belief. And a belief, poverty is a belief. Sickness is a belief. Ignorance is a belief. Bad relationship is a belief. You established it because you didn't challenge it. So today, what do? A thought comes into your head that says, I deserve to be poor. No, fuck I do. I'm an individual expression of God. I'm a joint heir. I'm a royal priest. As a joint heir, whatever God got, I got. I got access to the throne. So you see, brothers and sisters, you have to auto-correct yourself. This is about self-correction. A growth mindset is a mindset that self-corrects itself. You don't need me to call you and say, hey, what you doing, man? You know you need to do this. No, you say, Doc, I'm already on it, bro. I got it this morning. I did 10 videos. I posted this. I was on YouTube. I did live. I did this. I wrote 10 pages in my book. You know, I worked on my website. And most importantly, I know I don't have a business if I don't have no customers. So what I did was connect with my customers by marketing. So I said, okay, how did you market? The best way to market in this economy? Content. Not just content, but content that inspires, content that influences, content that can be implemented, content that is transformative, content that is creates manifestation, and content that can be duplicated. If you put out that type of content or information, guaranteed you will experience what we call manifestation. Brothers and sisters, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to break bread with you like it is in every show. I do every show like it's my last. Because one thing that we have is unlimited energy, but we don't have unlimited time. Please, I'm begging everybody on this call. Every day you wake up with an attitude of gratitude. If you woke up this morning, you already won. The fact that you're alive means you've won. My secret to success is I wake up every morning. If I can do this, if I got pneuma, if I got breath in my lungs, I know I've already won. So I change my mindset. And so I don't care how my body feels. I don't care what my bank account says. I don't care what my relationship status is. I don't care what my educational status, whether I got my degree or not. I woke up. The fact that I woke up, I won. So I walk around like a winner. Because in my head, I won. And my brain says, shit, the Negro believes he won. So the brain must produce something for me Because I'm giving in gratitude. So your attitude does determine your altitude. If you establish an attitude of gratitude, the brain must create something for you to be thankful for. So I be giving thanks and my brain tells me, what can I be thankful for? Shit, I'm thankful. Because 1K a day is how I play. So the brain's like, well, okay, shit, let's produce 1K a day. How are we going to produce 1K a day? So the brain will send me an idea. Hey, do a YouTube video. Do a show. Talk about this topic. Talk about that topic. So my brain, my first brain, my gut connects me to you. And it tells me the verbs to say to establish the vibe that leads to me and you becoming a part of the same tribe. The only thing that you may be doing different from me, you're not listening to your own cells or your own self. That is what we call our sixth sense. During the show on the 19th, we go deeper to understand MASSAINTERMEDIA. Only 30% of people on this planet have that little molecular structure in their brain. 30%. Are you a part of that 30%? We find out on the 19th. Love you. Appreciate you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And I'll see y'all later on. God bless.